Next up at UFC Vegas 103, we've got Charles Johnson taking on Ramazan Temirov. Charles Johnson, 17-6 in his career. He's 4-1 in his last 5. He is riding a 4-fight win streak. He's taking on Ramazan
That doesn't mean shit to you, does it?
Temirov, 18-2 in his career. 5-0 in his last 5. He's coming off a successful UFC debut. We've broken down Charles a few times. He's also been on this show, so incoming biases from one of us. Charles Johnson's a busy technical striker. Decent takedown defense. Good hand speed. Really busy guy at 5 significant strikes per minute output. He can keep that pace for a full 15 minutes. He is 6-4 in the UFC, but if you look at the 4 losses, it's all 2 people that turned into non-stop wrestlers against him. He's one of the most active fighters on the UFC roster towards the end of last year. I think he literally was the most, even though they kept telling everybody that it was Alex Pereira. He's coming off that win over Sumanderji, where we saw the power and the offensive wrestling. He's taking on Ramazan Temirov. This guy's a lightning fast striker. He's got little legs, just an itty-bitty little guy. But he's got crazy power, incredibly fast, no issues moving forward to try to find that knockout. He's creative on the feet. He'll mix in powerful overhand spinning back kicks. You're not going to see much in the way of wrestling from him, but the takedown defense looks pretty decent from what we can tell so far. He's got some dog in him. It doesn't take a ton of tape study to see him just like get rocked, but then push through it and make something happen. He is coming off that UFC debut win over CJ Vergara. This should be a really fun fight. The odds are now dead even. You can see the line movement here. Charles was the favorite. It full flipped the other way. Just a few days ago, Ramazan was the favorite. And then now it's dead even money. And I understand the even. Charles has more ways to win. He's probably the more well-rounded fighter. He's got the cardio. He's got the high-level experience. Ramazan's somewhat new to the UFC. And he's an itty-bitty man. But you people love...
Say it with your chest when you say it, pussy.
You people love to tell me that my judging is wrong. Wrestling doesn't matter anymore, Ange. Nothing matters anymore. Damage is the only thing that matters, Ange. Gene Silva didn't win that fight, Ange. He did nothing with the takedowns. It's only damage that matters, Ange. And that little paper cut, apparently, that tiny paper cut on Matsumoto. On Jean Matsumoto's head is the only thing that matters. So, with that in mind, that damage and trying to get damage is the only thing that matters, I think Ramazan can steal a close decision by moving forward and just bombing away like absolute crazy. Even if Charles lands more strikes, even if he gets a couple of takedowns. Vegas seemingly hates takedowns. You people, as in the commenters who tell me that my judging criteria is way off, also feel that wrestling doesn't matter. And if there's going to be any damage in here, I think it's Ramazan because he comes out hot throwing giant bombs. So I am going to slightly lean that side, pick that side because of the new scoring criteria where the only thing that matters is if you're throwing giant overhands at somebody. What do you think? Non-biased, normal haircut, Jacob?
Yeah, I'm telling you right now that the books knew, listen, we're not going to get fucking smoked on CJ anymore. I mean, I could not believe that they opened him as a favorite. The way that they have disrespected him in the past, and then you have this 18-2 powerful blah, 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 Ramazan. I literally thought that Charles Johnson was easily going to be my lock of the week. I thought he'd be priced at like plus 150. But he wasn't because the books know, like, oh, shit, like, we can no longer fade this guy, Charles Johnson. Now, it got bet to where he flipped to a dog. Now it's about even money, whatever. I don't know what this guy does to Charles Johnson. I don't know what this guy, the regional just cocking a wild fucking right hand from back behind you, behind your hip, and just winging these wild shots. That works up to this point. Congratulations on getting to the UFC. That shit doesn't work against real fucking competition. And guess what Charles Johnson is? He's a top 10, a top 5, a title contender competition. He is going to sit there and just move and fucking laugh at this guy, at these big overhand rides, these big, he's just going to step off. He's going to be with the counter. He's going to be the much faster guy. much longer, taller, rangier guys, fast striking, in and out footwork. You saw what he did to an experienced, very good boxer in Joshua Van. What the fuck is he going to do with this guy? He's going to start lighting his ass up, and then this guy is going to desperately start to try to wrestle. And if you try to desperately wrestle a guy like Charles Johnson, he's just going to flip you over. He's going to get on top of you. He's going to ground and pound. He's going to look for a submission. This guy is going to be swinging for the fences and missing, hitting nothing but fucking shadows in the first round. Try to desperately wrestle in the second round. He's going to get fucking submitted in the second round by Charles Johnson. He's going to fucking steamroll this guy.
Listen, I don't. That's not a bad take. The only reason I'm on the Temirov side is it feels like the only thing these judges care about is who's trying to finish a fight. Whether they're close to it or not. Whether they're close to it or not.
Ain't gonna be no fucking judges. Ain't no guess it's what it's gonna be.
I'll be rooting.
What's that from?
I don't know.
Guess. There ain't no guess it's what it's gonna be.
Is that from the election movie there with Zach Galifianakis and Will Ferrell?
No. It's Waterboy.
Well, that was a good guess.
What's her name says it when she gives the interviewer, and she's like, the final score is gonna be whatever, and she's like, and the guy's like, oh, what a guess or something like that. And she's like, guess. Ain't no guess is what it's gonna be.
Well, there you go. I'll be rooting for Charles Johnson. I just feel like the judges have been very finicky lately, and the only thing they care about is wild come forward strikes.
This guy is not surviving fucking 15 minutes with Charles Johnson with the fucking tenacity that he's bringing in this fight. He heard all that bullshit. The second that this fight leaked, that it was going to be, everyone's like, oh my God, Charles Johnson, why would he take this fight? He's going to get destroyed or whatever. And then it kind of fizzled out, and then it actually became a fight, and he heard the same bullshit again, like, oh my God, I can't believe he's going to fight this guy. Poor Charles Johnson. Oh, he's the first fight of the night. Poor Charles. He's heard all this stuff, and he doesn't complain about it. He goes about his business. He said, I got to earn it. That's his mentality. I fucking love the mentality. Make him, what does he say? He fucking be undeniable. Is what he says. And it's these type of fights where you fucking smoke a young prospect like this, and you're pretty fucking undeniable at that point for a top 10 opponent probably. So
no, for sure, Charles Johnson should win. He's the better fighter. He's obviously, like you said, he's more active. I think we have different. You think he's going to come forward, rather wrestle heavy game plan. I think he'll do what he does, which is just be the better striker. We've only ever seen him lose to nonstop wrestler. We haven't seen him lose to a striker yet. So this would be the first time. Again, I think it may come down entirely to what these judges think, but we'll go ahead and see what happens. $8,400 for Ramazan, $7,800 for Charles Johnson. Pick your side. I mean, that whoever you think wins will definitely cover their salary, because I think
Don't fucking pick Ramazan.
I don't think it's a dogfight. I think it's either Ramazan coming forward, bombing away like a psychopath, racking up points, or Charles Johnson doing what he does, which is just being way more technical, way more clean, and dotting up Ramazan the entire time. This should be a really fun fight.
He's going to look fucking stupid in there.
And he may. That's the problem with these unproven UFC prospects. If you do want to,
and I'll be there.
Jacob will be there live. Are you going to be wearing that? Tell them what that is. A lot of people might not even know what that is.
This is Charles Johnson's some of his merch. Skullet Gang. He's got the skull. His skull is looking fucking majestic lately. it's about as long as Austin. Skullet Gang's already 1-0. This last week we had Austin
Vanderford.
Van Zant rocked the skull and fucking dominated, and so this is part of his thing. And he said that he was going to bring me a jersey too. He knew I was going to the fights. I'm going to support him and my dude Cody Brundage's. Those are my dudes, and he's bringing me one of his jerseys. So I'll probably have depending on when I get it, hopefully have the jersey on for his fight and celebrate afterwards.
Yeah, and Charles Johnson has sick merch. Definitely check that out. Like real good merch. WeWantPicks.com. Click become a member at the top if you want to check out the picks, the bets, the tools, and everything else that we do. Full suite of anything you could ever want or need heading into a fight week. We do have a super chat from our boy, Gucci Gill. He said the Sudanese Salamander, a live stream on Saturday, ever again. Also, can y'all give me quick picks on Jasmine versus Andrade? Love from Kansas City. Thank you, Gucci. Well, you want to answer the first half of that? No, you will not be live streaming Saturday because you'll be in Vegas. Will you ever do it again? Was the second half of that question. Nope. And the quick pick.
I probably will.
The quick pick for. It's probably hard to not do it and then get back into it because it's like 7 hours. Anyway, I don't do it. Jasmine Jasudavicius for Jessica Andrade. Super quick pick.
Honestly, it was just fucking start of the year. Fucking shit. It's not fun to stream when you're not doing well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I get it. I get all fucking pissed off after. I couldn't imagine live dealing with it.
6 hours of people calling you a fucking idiot.
The internet's
and you got to sit there and be like,
Yeah.
whoa, here's the next one, guys. Let's go. Positive vibes. Keep the energy up. Fuck it, man. Jesus.
The internet is wild, dude. People are fucking brutal online. It's crazy. Anyway, the second half of that question was Jasmine versus Andrade. I'm not going to give an official pick yet. My gut instantly was like Jasmine because Andrade can't defend takedowns. But then, like, Andrade isn't as bad as we pretend she is half the time. And all of a sudden, Andrade defends a few takedowns. She's just big, and she's not very big, but strong as hell, hitting on Jasmine in the face. And now it's like, you know, Jasmine can wrestle, but she's not Tatiana Suarez. That's the last
Thank
person
God,
sort
because
of
she's
ragged
terrible.
And then we have a $1.99 super chat from B Willie 72. He said, we need MMA experts versus AJ, or MMA experts AJ versus Jacob in an MMA fight.
Never heard
Jacob
of him.
can't stand him.
Never heard of him.
Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it.